Okay, we're talking about the area of composite figures. In parentheses, please write a shape that is made up of two or more simple shapes. When I say simple shapes, I mean your rectangle, your square, triangle, trapezoid, and circle. So, how do we find the area of a composite figure? We need to look at this shape to start off and to get our thinking going. Aaron was plotting the shape of his garden on grid paper. While it was an irregular shape, it was perfect for his yard. Each square on the grid represents 1 square meter. So all of these squares here are a square meter. Yep. Well, those are half square meters. Okay, hold on. Tell me that again, but start at the beginning. I need to cut it up. That's a start. Use the formula after cutting. Good. Each shape. I'm making the shapes distinct. I'm making them stand out. What shapes do you see? Okay, I see a triangle. I see squares. They're in there. It might be a little bit more to think of, but they're there. So, where's the triangle? Let's start with that one. That one seems obvious. On the top. Yep, draw it please, and then I'll trace it. Bam, right there. There's a triangle. Whoops. Now, what else do we see? Caitlin?
On the bottom.
A rectangle. Okay, where's the rectangle? Go to the board and draw it. Perfect. Now you can make squares by cutting it in half. Good. Boom, they're my squares. Can I still find the area without the squares? Absolutely. But the squares are a little bit easier to find the area of. So, what shapes do I have all together? A triangle, 2 squares, and a rectangle. So, how else can I find the area of this shape? If I were in elementary school and I was just given this shape right here, good. Count the square units. That's another option. But because some of my square units are cut over here, I don't know which ones are halves exactly and which ones are wholes. So I really need to use the formula based off of my first example or my first suggestion. So I have a triangle. What's the area of a triangle? Give it in a formula. A equals 1/2 BH. And then a square? A equals S2. Side squared, which is also base times height, which is also length times width. This is for a square. Rectangle. Which is also who and who? Base times height. Good. This is my rectangle. Okay? So I need all 3 of these formulas. 1, 2, 3. To find the area of these shapes. How many units make up the base of my triangle? How long is this side right here? Count the squares.
Wait, no, 4. 6. Okay,
I'm hearing several answers. Raise your hand if you think it's 6.
Oh, you that across or like?
All from here to here.
Oh, where's the cross?
How long is that triangle's
8.
bottom?
6.
8. Preston?
8.
8. Braxton?
It's 8.
Jaden? 8. I hear a lot of 8s and I agree. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It goes across 8 squares. Well, if you look at this, this is 1, 2, 3, 4. This right here is 4. Look at the squares. This square right here, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 plus 4 is 8. This side is the same length as this side. How tall is this?
Yeah. No more.
This is 4.
Because each side of the square is 4.
This is 8. Each side of this square is 4. This is 8. How tall is this triangle? Good. 2. And then how long is this rectangle right here? Nope, this little baby rectangle. 3. And then how tall is it? 2. Okay? So for my triangle, 8 equals who times who? Or 1/2 who times who?
Wait, what?
The triangle. Who times who? 1/2, 8 times 2. What's 8 times 2? 16. What's half of 16? 8. What happened to the 1/2 and the 2 since I'm left with 8? They canceled out. Equals 8. Up here, write your area and make it stand out, so I circled it. Square. Side times side. What's one side? 4 times 4, which is? 16. So if this is 16, then what's this? Also 16. This guy, who times who? This guy right here. 3 times 2. 6. Okay. Now that I found each area of each piece, what do I have to do? Add them up, because I can't say the area of the garden is 8, 16, 16, 6.
42. Oh, 46.
16 plus 16 is 32. Altogether it is 46. 32 plus 8 is 40. Plus another 6 is 46. This is what I want to see, ladies and gentlemen. I want to see you showing work. Okay? Compare your results with other students. What other methods were used to find the area? This means how else could we have broken this shape up, which we'll talk about down here. So we can skip this.
Oh, I did that one though. I did.
Regardless of the method that we use, what should be my result? Regardless of the method that I use to break this up, what should be my answer or my result?
Oh, is that the answer for number D?
Letter D. Yes, that's going to be the answer for letter D, but I'm asking the question in different words. Okay, let me come back to letter D and let's go to number 1 real quick. What do I need to do for number 1? It says use dotted lines to show 2 different ways Aaron's garden could be divided up into simple geometric figures. So instead of drawing the lines, instead of drawing the lines that I drew in the first example or in letter A, what other lines could I have drawn? No, not other kinds of lines. What other shapes could I have broken it into? Okay, I see a trapezoid. I heard rectangles. How? Tell me. Show me. Say that again.
You can cross like a slash.
You mean this way?
Or you could have went like that.
She said do this. Like that? And then keep the triangle.
It goes down.
And then this. So what do I have?
A bunch of triangles.
A triangle and a bunch of rectangles. Am I still going to get the same answer? Yeah, but these rectangles are going to be the what?
They're gonna be 8. Each of them gonna be 8.
They're going to be what?
It's gonna be 8.
It's not going to be 8. Each rectangle, the rectangles are the what, guys? What is the relationship between those two rectangles? Thank you. They are equivalent. Meaning what? Congruent, meaning what? The same. Over here. How else can I break this up?
You can put a line. You can put a line under. You can make a triangle on the top and then make it slash.
A triangle on the top.
And then make another. And then cut it through the middle. Like that.
This is not quite the middle, but like right here.
Not like that. It's only one way.
You made 2 triangles.
That's actually 4 triangles if you do it like that. I made squares up here. These 2 squares. Bam, bam. Okay. Now, regardless of how I find this area, what will be the area of this rectangle up here? 16. What would be the area of this rectangle right here? The same, because they're congruent. What would be the area of this rectangle? 6, because I got that from the top. And this triangle? 8. What's 16 plus 16? 32 plus 8. 40 plus 6. Am I getting a different answer?
No.
So, regardless of how I break it up, what happens at the end? Still get the same answer.
I want to answer because as long as you coordinate correctly, the way you break up the shape won't matter because you still have the same area.
Okay, that's a great answer. I'm just going to reduce it so because I don't have a really long line to squeeze all those words on here. The various methods.
Regardless of
Use your words. Those words sound great. The various methods should provide the same answer. Regardless of what method you use, you should still get 46. That's all right as well. All right. So here in this example, it says find the area of the figure. These are the steps that they just wrote in this little paragraph up here. Step 1, break it up into smaller familiar figures. Familiar figures are figures that I know about. I know about a parallelogram and I know about a trapezoid because I've been given those area formulas. Step 2, find the area of each shape. A height is never slanted. When you stand up at the doctor's, they don't tell you to stand at a slant so I can take your height. They tell you to stand straight up and down. This right here is the straight up and down. This is your height. Okay? My height is never slanted. The 3 is there for perimeter and perimeter only. The area of trapezoid, this is another height. And then it has 2 bases, a long one and a short one. This is 7 and 10. The formula for calculating the area of a trapezoid is 1/2 times height times the quantity of B1 plus B2. That's base 1 and base 2. 7 plus 10 is 17. Times 1.5 times 1/2 gives me 12.75. Over here, 10 times 1.5 is 15. Then the last step is to do what? What do we do with the 32, the 6, and the 8? You added them up, so that's what they're doing with the 15 and the 12.75. We're adding them up to get 27.75. Again, I know they've already provided me with the answers, but I need to make sense of it. Okay? Why did they do all of this to get this answer? Go to the next part. Whoopsies.